Hi there, this is Linda and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. In this video, I'm putting together my Project Life spread for the week of August 14th through August 20th, 2023, and I'm working with the Let Go Story Kit. I was super excited for this one because this is the week that my daughter moved out to go to college, and I was super excited to use the Let Go Story Kit to tell this story. Let's dive right in. Okay, so as usual, I have my Hobonichi cousin here with my notes from the week itself. This is the week of August 14th through 20th, and I'm working with the Let Go Story Kit. So the first thing I'm going to do, I have all my photos that I just cropped out, so I'm going to just kind of lay those out. I'm going to put this over to the side and lay these out. So when I originally planned this kit, I planned to do the 3x4 pockets on this side. So it's 9 3x4s, and this side has 2 4x6s. So I'm just kind of laying out things. So the big thing this week was my daughter moved into college, and that's why I'm using the Let Go Story Kit. When I'm working with a story kit in my Project Life album, I tend to choose a week that has at least one story that's very on point with that theme. And so for this week, that would be Let Go. Would be my daughter moving into college, and I'm letting go of, her being at home all the time. And that to me was a great starting point. I'm sure I'm going to come up with some other Let Go stories or other ways to kind of use the kit this week. But that was really kind of my reason for selecting this week. I also have some ephemera here. Let's see, I have this, which is from a little notebook this brand sent me to promote on my Instagram, which was kind of fun. It is a super cute little notebook. I did take a photo of the notebook, but I decided I wanted to use this instead. I have this because I got this from Baum Kitchen, which was is a brand that makes planner covers. And so I have this new planner cover here, and they sent me this is like my invoice here. But this invoice is just like super, super cute. It's got this fun paper on here with their logo. And it also has this, which was like the logo of my planner cover. And then I also got a new bag from Lululemon. So I have all of these things. I'm probably going to maybe I'll put this in one and then put these in another pocket. But I'm thinking I want at least 2 pockets with some ephemera. I might even put that in a third. But let's see, I'm going to go over to my kit now. So with my story kits, I do story kit planning where I plan out 10 projects using each story kit in the story kit classroom. And one of those is always a Project Life spread. So for my Project Life spread, I take all of the products that I plan to put in that project and I put them in a Ziploc bag. So now I'm just kind of pulling them out. And so let's see here. I'm thinking about kind of what my plan is for using this kit. And so I'm thinking, so I have these 2 things. So this one says release. Simply feel like a lot, so I'm going to let some things go. So that one, I think I'm going to just journal about, taking it easy this week and all like relaxing and stuff. This one, I think it says letting go. I can't change this, so I'm working on letting it go. I think that I'm going to just do about college move-in, which is great to have one specifically for that. Then let's see, I have this one that just says let go. I think I'm going to put that right by my daughter here in her dorm room. And then let's see, I have this one, which I'm thinking maybe I'll put this on the photo of her dorm room because it's like bye, ciao, goodbye. Let's see, here for it all, the beauty, the mess, and all the rest. That one I'm thinking maybe I can put this like on a photo like that. I have this butterfly, which I think would also be good I think I'm going to put that in a pocket as an embellishment. I'm not sure if I'm going to like back it on something. And then the ephemera, let's see, I'm thinking I might want to just put this one on its own and tell a story about my new bag here. And even though I don't have a photo of it, I have the tag. This is just a new like little purse I got from Lululemon because I carry a pretty large, huge bag that I have a Louis Vuitton purse that I absolutely love. I've had it for years and I carry it everywhere, but it's big and it's bulky. And I finally decided to get a super small Lululemon bag that's like I guess it's like a fanny pack, but I wear it like as a crossbody. And I love it because I can use that when I do like outdoor activities, and I used it for move-in. And so I just got it this week and I was very happy to kind of have that. And then this was my new cover here. So I'm going to probably use these two things for that one. And then this was this story about getting this, and I might not even tell a story about it. Let's see. I also finished my 2022 December daily. I got lunch with my daughter on Saturday after she had moved in. I went to the pool, which might have been the last time for the season. And then this is my daughter and her boyfriend. I turned this photo black and white because the lighting was really awkward. And then I had selected this one that says, I give you this to take with you. Nothing remains as it was. If you know this, you can begin again with pure joy in the uprooting. I think that was perfect for a title card for this week. And I'll probably stamp the dates like right in here. And then let's see, I need to probably get some paper from my stash for here and like behind these things. I'm thinking I kind of want to go with like some craft paper potentially. So I'm going to go grab some things from my stash and I'll pop back on here. Okay, so I went over to my stash and I grabbed a few things. First, I grabbed the story stamp for this week. I'm thinking I'm going to use this potentially to create some sort of background for this one, and I might create some embellishments or other things for some of these other cards here. I also grabbed these butterflies from my stash. So you might be thinking, well, I'm working with a kit. Shouldn't I have everything I need in that kit? And you have to keep in mind with the story kits, I'm creating usually 10 projects. So that means, not counting Project Life, I have those products going into 9 other projects. I could devote more of the products to Project Life if I wanted to solely work with that, but I don't because I want to also crush my stash. So when I'm using this as a base, I go over to my stash and think, okay, what matches? And I knew there's this butterfly motif. So I found these butterflies in my stash. There's 3 gold ones, 1 silver. And if I use all of these, that uses up that embellishment type. So I'm going to do that. I pulled them out of my small embellishment organization, just stuck them in a bowl here. So I have them here to pull from. I also grabbed this word phrase strip sheet from my stash. Typically I will stack these like 3 at a time, but I thought these might be fun to use like to pair with the little butterflies there. And some of the words on this one I think worked really well because it has things like changes, hard change, this day, new start. So I think that will work really well for this story here. I also grabbed some labels. These are from the old Kelly Perky shop and just the colors of the kit. And then I grabbed some white and craft. This is white cardstock, which I'm going to use for a base for some of these cards. And then this one is a craft piece of paper that I'm also going to use probably for like that one and maybe some in here as well, partially because this is craft. But I'm thinking that, you know, I might actually need to grab more white because I forgot about this one, but we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and kind of start putting them together. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you guys on fast forward and just start putting this spread together.
Okay, so as usual, the first thing I'm going to do is put together my date card. I don't know why I always start with my title card, but it just seems like it's usually the easiest one to start with. I put my date stamps in that additional starburst, and I considered adding one of the butterflies, but I decided to wait and see if I had any left over after I did all of my other pockets. I added that chipboard piece onto that photo of all of my daughter's stuff stacked up. It says here for it all, the beauty, the mess, and all the rest. And I ended up adding a word phrase strip along it. I do love the look of word phrase strips stacked together in various colors, but as I said in the intro, I really just wanted to use this one sheet this week, so that was a way to kind of get that same look by stacking it with the chipboard piece. And I like the various dimensions that you get when you add the chipboard with the word phrase strip. I'm working on journaling this card right now that says letting go. I can't change this, so I'm working on letting it go as the title. And I use this card to tell the story of move-in day. So I have off of the camera, I have on to the side my Hobonichi Cousin where I do my daily journaling. I typically don't use my daily journaling for fact-based journaling, but occasionally I will, especially if there's something I very specific like this that I want to remember. So that evening I came home and I journaled all about how the day went. So I took some facts from that and some feelings, and I wrote out my journaling on this 3x4 card. Now I'm working on putting together this additional pocket here for the Lululemon bag. So I cropped some craft paper to be the background, and I adhered down my tag and a label. And then what I did was I took the tag stamp from the set, stamped it on vellum and cut it out. And I'm layering some embellishments on top of that tag. I added a word phrase strip and a butterfly that I had pulled over from my stash. And then I'm going to do the journaling on the label. I'm just testing my various pens on the sticker paper because the labels from Kelly Perky are a little bit slick. And I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't using a pen that was going to smear. I should know by now which pens work on these labels, but I always forget. So I went ahead and journaled on it, and then I messed up, and then I had to do some whiteout, and then I ran out of space. And normally I'm really good about that, but for whatever reason, I don't know, I wasn't thinking about it. So I ended up adding a second label to finish my thought across the bottom, and I ended up thinking it worked out and looks pretty good. But normally I will just adjust what I'm writing to fit the space. So it was kind of funny that it didn't work out that way. On this photo of me and my cat reading here on the couch, I have a word phrase strip, and I added one of the butterflies. I like when I'm working on a spread like this, you probably will notice I have pulled over all of my supplies at the beginning, and it's kind of like my menu of options. I only have a few options to pull from. I have the stamp, I have the labels, I have those word phrase strips, and I have the butterflies. And I'm just pulling from those various things in putting together these cards. So every card looks a little bit different, but it's still using those same products. So it's all going to tie together. For this card here, I used that scrap from Baumkuchen as my base, and then I added a label on here to journal about my new cover. And because it was a little bit bulky, I pulled over my tiny attacher and stapled it down just to kind of keep everything in place and also add a little bit of detail. I do also want to point out that earlier in the video, if you saw when I was looking at that ephemera from Baumkuchen, if the video looked like it glitched, it did not glitch. I had to adjust the video because I accidentally showed my home address. So I was just covering that up. So I apologize for that because I didn't want to have to re-record that piece of audio. So anyways, moving on to this card. This card says, release things simply feel like a lot, so I'm going to let something go. So this week was very, very stressful, and so I thought that this was a good title for my bullet point list of all of my little stories this week. And not all of the stories on this list actually fit with this title, but some of them do. I wrote, that I was super stressed leading up to move-in, so I was taking it easier. I was feeling kind of sick, so I was letting go of my to-do list to read by the fire. I was lounging by the pool. I had a craft Zoom with my friends. I finished my 2022 December daily. So just various notes from the week. Some of them went with photos, some didn't. Then I'm working on this card here. I did more of the craft paper, and I'm adhering down this tag from Anecdote that I thought was just super cute and making a note of what this was. And then again, I'm adding the tiny attacher to repeat what I did on the first one that had the Baumkuchen label just to have a little continuity. I also had this label from the Superior Labor that went with my cover, and I decided to just adhere it on top of the photo because I did want to include that piece of ephemera in the spread, and I didn't really have anywhere else to put it. I have this additional photo of my daughter and her boyfriend that I turned to black and white because the lighting was really awkward. But after she moved out, she was sending me quite a few photos for the first week or so. She has since very, very much slowed down on that. I'm going to ask her about it this weekend when I see her, and hopefully she will send me more photos again because I like being able to include snippets of her life in my album or in her own album. Now I'm working on this additional filler card that is using that butterfly, and I really kind of struggled with how I wanted this card to look. I didn't want to center the butterfly because I didn't want it to look too much like the filler card that is on the left there that has the butterfly printed on it, but I wasn't entirely sure how I wanted the butterfly to look. I decided on doing an angle where it's like flying off the card, which I kind of like that, but then I wanted something else at the base here, so I stamped this starburst shape on the craft paper, and then I cut out all of those little pieces of the angles, which took a little bit. And I'm adding a few of the word free strips and one of the butterflies on here. This butterfly is silver just because for whatever reason I had one silver one in my stash along with the 3 gold ones. So I just end up putting all of them on the spread to use up those embellishments. This last butterfly I put on this photo of my daughter and her boyfriend. And I think that that's pretty much it. I ended up adding a word phrase strip onto that photo of my completed December Daily album from 2022 that says this time around, which I thought was perfect for that, a perfect sentiment for December Daily. And then I just going ahead and wrapping them up. I don't think I talked about that top right corner photo that I'm putting in the pocket now when I worked on it, but what I did was I added a label in the middle just to add a little bit of journaling about what that photo was. I went and got lunch with my daughter on the weekend after she moved in, and so I just wanted to document that. I didn't take a picture with her. Instead, I took a picture of our lunches. I'm just going ahead and slipping everything into the pockets, and then I'm going to call this one done. I really love how this spread came out. I love the colors. I love that I brought the craft cardstock into this one because it just went very well with the colors of the kit. And I love how calm the spread looks. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate all of your support. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And as always, I hope to see you all in the next one. Thank you. Bye.